Did you know that Silly Stories for Kids also makes music? I do a toothbrushing song, and there are times table songs and cleaning up songs and all kinds of songs. We like music. We hope you do too. Click the link in this episode description to go have a listen now. Okay, we better get into the story. I hope you enjoy it. I see you soon. Bye-bye.
One day, a kid named Giles was hanging out near the beach. Now, he'd been watching the waves as they rolled in and out, until all of a sudden he heard a voice.
Rupert! Rupert, where are you?
Giles started looking around to try and see who was calling out. He looked behind him, but there was no one there, and then he looked back down at the ocean, and there was no one there either. He was very confused.
Excuse me, have you seen Rupert?
Said the voice. Giles turned around again, and standing behind him was a purple fuzzy creature. Excuse me, said Giles. Who are you?
What? What do you mean, who am I? I am the Pim Pim. Have you not heard of the Pim Pim?
Pim Pim, said Giles. I think I might have heard that name before.
Yes, but it is not the name Pim Pim that I need you to know. Do you know Rupert?
Who's Rupert? Said Giles.
Rupert, he is my friend. He is an otter.
An otter? Said Giles.
Yes, we were meant to be coming to the beach to do some swimming together, but I have not been able to find him anywhere.
Oh, well, I haven't seen an otter here this morning. I've been here for a little while.
Do you think that you could help me find him?
Sure, said Giles. I don't see why not. So, Giles and Pim Pim decided to put together a plan to start trying to find Rupert. Well, how did he let you know that he was going to be at the beach?
He didn't, said Pim Pim.
What? Said Giles.
I just think that he should be at the beach right now.
So, you have no idea whether or not he's actually going to be here?
Well, he once told me that he likes the beach. I just don't know if it is today that he likes the beach, or another day, or only the one day when he said it.
Oh dear, said Giles. I don't think we're going to have any luck finding an otter at a beach that we don't even know if this was the beach that he liked, and we don't even know if he's at the beach today.
Excuse me,
said a voice from behind them. Who was that? Said Giles.
That sounds like...
They both turned around.
Rupert, it is you!
Hello, said the sea otter. You gotta be kidding me, said Giles.
I'm very excited to be here. Hello, Pim Pim. Hello, Rupert. I'm so happy that you're here. I knew that you liked the beach.
While Giles was very confused and Pim Pim was very happy, and Rupert was also slightly confused as to what Pim Pim was doing there, Pim Pim began to explain.
So, Rupert, I have been looking for you for the last 27 days.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. How come? Said Rupert.
Well, I found something, and I've decided that it would be very fun if you came along too.
What is it? Said Giles. Come see, said Pim Pim. And so Pim Pim started running off down the beach, and Giles and Rupert began to run after him. It was quite funny watching the otter run along the beach after a purple fuzzy creature, but it was fun all the same. As they ran, all of a sudden Giles started to see what he thought Pim Pim might be talking about. Pim Pim, you're not talking about that, are you?
I am, said Pim Pim. I found my own jet ski, he said.
I don't think you really meant to find jet skis. You meant to get them from the shop or something.
No, this one had a sign on it. It said, free to good home. And I know that my home might not be here, but I thought maybe I can borrow it anyway.
Oh dear, said Giles. Yippee, said Rupert.
See, I knew Rupert would want to play. Do you want to play as well, Giles?
Hang on, I better go ask my mum. So Giles ran back down to the beach to ask his mum if he could go on the jet ski with Pim Pim, the purple fuzzy creature, and Rupert the otter. Sure enough, she said yes, so they all went back to the jet ski and jumped on board.
Okay, Rupert, I think that you need to do the driving first, because I've never driven a jet ski before.
What? Said Giles. The sea otter would never have ridden a jet ski either.
Yes, I have, said Rupert. I ride jet skis all the time.
Did you not know that? Said Pim Pim.
Sea otters are the best kind of jet ski riders in the whole entire world. They can even ride them using them upside down with only their tail to control the sticks.
What? Said Giles. He's not quite correct, said Rupert. We have to use our tail and one of our feet.
Okay, jump on, he said.
So Giles and Pim Pim both jumped on the jet ski.
Here we go, said Giles.
The jet ski took off.
Wow! Okay, I think I can do it now, said Pim Pim.
I think so too, said Rupert. What? Said Giles. He hasn't even shown you anything yet.
No, said Rupert. You don't have to see anything. You just jump on and you give it a go. Come on, Pim Pim. Your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn. Okay, let's go,
said Pim Pim. So with that, Rupert let go of the throttle of the jet ski. It stopped. Then he did a backflip over the top of Pim Pim, and Pim Pim grabbed hold of the handlebars of the jet ski. Giles grabbed on extra tight to Rupert, and Pim Pim took off.
This is easy, said Pim Pim. Ah!
Screamed Giles as they were getting faster and faster and faster.
Now try to do the other one, said Rupert. Oh, the other one? This one?
Said Pim Pim as he pulled the handlebars very, very hard. They started doing spins round and round and round on the spot.
Pim Pim, said Giles. This is fun, said Pim Pim. How do I do the backflip? He said.
Oh, you just... No backflip, said Giles. Yeah, you just do this, said Rupert. Rupert reached underneath Pim Pim's arms and grabbed the handlebars of the jet ski. Then he first of all pushed it down. Giles was terrified. He thought the jet ski was going to go under the water, but then as he pulled up and twisted the throttle,
we're doing backflips, said Pim Pim. My turn.
Okay, said Rupert. I don't know what to do, said Giles as he hung on as tightly as he could. With that, Pim Pim took control once more and started doing backflip after backflip after backflip.
This is amazing, but I think we could do something else as well.
Oh, what do you think? Said Rupert. What do you think? Said Giles, a little bit worried about Pim Pim's next idea.
Well, I think it might be fun if we get a rope and tie it to the back of the jet ski, and then Giles does the driving and I do the hanging on to the rope and I get pulled along behind, and then I can do all kinds of tricks behind the jet ski. That would be super fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, said Rupert the otter. But I think we might need to do something extra as well.
Oh, what's your idea?
Said Pim Pim. Giles was getting more and more concerned. Well, if you hold on to the rope and then you do the wobbly things on top of me, then you can use me a little bit like a wakeboard and we can do wobbles and flips and all kinds of things. Giles was starting to get more and more worried. Well, I've never actually driven a jet ski before. Don't worry, said Rupert. I can teach you, he said. Okay, said Giles. Okay, first of all, you sit here. Firstly, Pim Pim did a backflip over the top of Giles. Now Giles was in the front position. Okay, now grab hold of these handlebars here. Okay, said Giles. Now see this one here. When you twist it, we go. Okay, said Giles. He started to twist. The jet ski took off. This is actually fun.
Good job, Giles. Now you can press all the buttons on the other handlebar.
I'm not sure what those buttons do, said Rupert.
Well, that's the same with all buttons, said Pim Pim. But it is our responsibility to press any button we see.
I'm not sure that that's entirely correct, said Rupert. I don't think so either, said Giles.
But these ones definitely, yes. Press the buttons. Okay, your turn, Giles.
Okay, said Giles. He pressed one of the buttons on the handlebar of the jet ski. When he did...
I think you pressed the off button, said Pim Pim.
Oh, sorry, said Giles.
Press it again.
So Giles pressed the button again. It turns out it wasn't actually the off button. It was the wait and then take off at top speed button. They screamed as the jet ski got faster and faster and faster. Slow down, said Rupert.
Go faster, said Pim Pim.
Screamed Giles, holding on as tightly as he could.
This seems like a good speed for the otter wakeboarding.
Pim Pim tied his rope to the back of the jet ski. Then he grabbed Rupert and he jumped off the back. Yahoo! He said as he landed on the water on top of Rupert and then began to ride him like a wakeboard. This is amazing, said Rupert, going from side to side, jumping over the wake behind the jet ski. Giles just held on as tightly as he could as the jet ski got faster and faster and faster.
Press more buttons,
yelled Pim Pim. Okay, called out Giles. So he pressed a different button on the handlebars of the jet ski. This time, it was something that nobody expected. Wings popped out the side of the jet ski, and it started to lift into the air.
I'm Sky Otter wakeboarding, said Pim Pim.
Hooray! I've never tried this before, said Rupert. This is a good jet ski. Where did you find this? Called out Rupert to Pim Pim.
Well, I actually found it inside Bonigo's workshop with a sign that said, please do not take.
I thought you said it had a sign that said free to a good home.
Well, that's what it said after I changed all the writing, said Pim Pim.
Pim Pim, yelled out Giles. How do I get this thing back to the water?
Why would we want to go back to the water, said Pim Pim. This is fun.
Uh-oh, Pim Pim lost control and he let go of the rope and began to fall. he landed back in the water. Giles quickly pressed more buttons until the jet ski started coming back down. When he landed on the ocean once more, he zoomed back around to where Pim Pim was.
Oh, said Pim Pim.
Well, said Rupert. That was
amazing, yelled Pim Pim.
It was pretty funny, said Giles.
But we better get this thing back to Benigo's house before I get in lots of trouble for not doing anything wrong.
I think you did do something wrong, said Giles.
Okay, maybe just a little bit, but we gotta get it back. Okay, quick, let's go!
So Pim Pim, Rupert, and Giles all jumped back on the jet ski and zoomed all the way back into shore. When they stopped on the beach again, Pim Pim waved. He grabbed the jet ski, put it on a trailer, and then took off as quickly as he could. Well, it's been a lot of fun meeting you, said Rupert, but I think next time I will not take Pim Pim jet skiing.
Me either, said Giles. I don't think I'll ever ride a jet ski like that ever again.
That's probably a good idea.
All right, see you later, said Giles
as he walked back down the beach. When he got back to where his mum was, she was waiting. Giles, did you see all that commotion out in the ocean? What do you think it was? She said. Well, said Giles, I don't think you'd believe me, even if I told you. And that is the end of the story. This episode has been brought to you by Rupert the Sea Otter's Jet Ski Instruction Tutorial School. We can teach you to ride a jet ski inside out, back to front, and even upside down using your tail and one of your feet. And if you get really good, you can use just your tail and half of one of your feet. We hope you have been enjoying the silly stories for kids. Make sure to leave a review wherever you find your podcast and share it with every single one of your friends. This has been me, Rupert the Sea Otter, and me, Sam. We'll see you soon.
Don't forget, it's less than a month till our show's at the Sydney Comedy Festival, so if you haven't got your tickets yet, do it now!